Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. I want you to think for a second about the last time you walked across the kitchen, climbed a few stairs, or, just stepped outside to grab the mail. For most of us, these movements feel completely automatic. We rarely pause to think about the remarkable complex coordination that's required just to keep us upright. But as we age, those simple movements can definitely become a bit less certain. A brief stumble that you would have completely brushed off decades ago might suddenly feel incredibly alarming.
It's a question a lot of us find ourselves asking eventually, right? And we really have to face facts here. Falls are not merely an inconvenience. They are actually one of the leading causes of injury and loss of independence in older adults. A fall can literally lead to fractures, hospitalization, chronic pain, and perhaps most devastatingly, a loss of confidence that leaves people just too afraid to stay active. But here is the incredibly encouraging news. Balance and mobility are not fixed traits. You don't just lose them forever. They are highly trainable skills that can absolutely be strengthened no matter what your age is.
Okay, let's dive into this and map out our journey. We'll start with the reality of falls, then look at how balance actually works. Third is why aging affects stability, followed by strength versus mobility. Then we'll cover fall-proofing your life and wrap up with your weekly action plan.
Section 1. The reality of falls, breaking down the stakes.
To really understand balance, we've got to start by bluntly debunking a pretty massive misconception. If you ask most people what controls their balance, they'll usually just point to their head. The common myth is that balance depends primarily on the vestibular system, those tiny little structures inside your inner ear that detect motion and gravity. Now, don't get me wrong, the inner ear is incredibly important, but it is only one piece of the puzzle.
Section 2. How balance actually works. The multi-system partnership. True balance is actually the result of a highly coordinated partnership. You've got your inner ear maintaining equilibrium when you turn your head, you've got your eyes providing crucial cues about obstacles and depth, then you've got your muscles and joints, your brain and nervous system processing all this data in real time, and your overall physical strength and mobility acting on those commands. It's an amazing team effort. But if any single one of these systems becomes weaker or less efficient, your overall stability is going to suffer.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is a concept called proprioception. Think of it as your body's built-in GPS, or spatial awareness system. It is constantly telling your brain the exact position of your feet, your ankles, knees, and hips without you even having to look down. This is the system that allows you to make those tiny automatic corrections when you step on uneven ground or, say, when you're balancing on one leg. It's this continuous, invisible feedback loop keeping you steady.
Section 3. Why aging affects stability. The changes over time.
Let's move to and see how this builds across a timeline of aging. You see, a stumble isn't just a single moment, it's a breakdown of systems over time. In mere milliseconds, literally faster than you can blink, aging causes slower sensory processing. Your brain takes just a tiny bit longer to interpret information from your eyes and inner ear. Then, in seconds, we see slower reaction times. It takes longer for the brain to recognize a loss of balance and send signals to your muscles to recover. Over months and years, we face sarcopenia, which is the gradual loss of muscle mass, particularly in the legs and hips, which are absolutely critical for catching yourself. And over decades, changes in bone density, especially after menopause, mean that if a fall does occur, the risk of a fracture is significantly higher.
Section 4. Strength versus mobility. The power to stay upright.
And this brilliantly illustrates a crucial distinction you really need to understand. People confuse mobility and flexibility all the time. Flexibility is just the range of motion of a joint or muscle. It helps reduce stiffness. But mobility? Mobility is your functional range of motion. It actually requires real strength and control to walk, reach, climb, and turn. Balance isn't just a neurological skill, it is fundamentally a strength skill. Your glutes, quads, hamstrings, calves, and core are all essential. A strong core is your anchor, and strong hips and legs give you the physical power to regain your balance when your body begins to sway. Stretching just isn't enough, you need the strength to control that movement. In fact, research clearly shows that combining strength training with balance training is far more effective at reducing fall risk than just doing balance exercises alone.
Section 5. Fall-proofing your life, fixing your environment.
Okay, so one of the absolute most effective fall prevention strategies is actually the easiest. Just remove the environmental hazards before they trip you up. Here is your essential rapid-fire checklist. Ready? Clear walking paths of loose cords and clutter. Secure your throw rugs with non-slip backing, or honestly, better yet, just remove them entirely. Improve your lighting in hallways and stairways. Bright, even lighting is essential for your depth perception.
Install grab bars, especially in bathrooms and near steps. And please, wear supportive shoes indoors. Walking around the kitchen in slick socks on smooth floors is basically ice skating without the fun. It's an unnecessary risk.
Beyond your physical environment, you can build this sort of invisible shield with daily habits that support stability. Step 1, stay hydrated. Dehydration causes dizziness and weakness, for sure. Step 2, prioritize protein to maintain that crucial muscle mass we talked about earlier. Step 3, get enough vitamin D, which heavily supports both muscle function and bone health. Step 4, have your healthcare provider review your medications, because some can actually increase dizziness or impair your coordination. And Step 5, keep moving. Long periods of sitting increase stiffness and just completely sap your mobility.
Section 6. Your weekly action plan. Training the balance skill. Now let's get into the toolkit, the exercises that actually help. First up, foundational or static balance. Try a single leg stand for 10 to 30 seconds per leg, or a heel-to-toe walk for 10 to 20 steps in a straight line, placing the heel of one foot directly touching the toes of the other. Then there's dynamic balance. Think 3 to 5 minutes of Tai Chi or controlled side-to-side weight shifts, or even 5 to 10 minutes of mindful walking, where you focus purely on your posture and steady foot placement. But hey, remember, safety always comes first. Always perform these balance exercises near a stable surface, like a wall or a kitchen counter, just in case you feel unsteady. So, the crucial point is how you put all of this together. Here is a super simple weekly plan. Dedicate Monday to strength. Think squats, bridges, wall push-ups. Wednesday is for direct balance training, those single-leg stands and tandem walking we just mentioned. Friday is for mobility, gentle stretching, little Tai Chi. And the other days? Active recovery with easy walking and normal daily activities. You really want to aim for 3 to 5 sessions a week. Consistency is far more important than high intensity here.
There is absolutely no magic exercise that guarantees perfect balance. The people who maintain their independence the longest are the ones who combine strength training, balance exercises, home safety, physical activity, and health management all together. As the source beautifully puts it, fall prevention is a system, not a single technique.
The biggest takeaway I want you to have from this explainer is to start today. Balance isn't just something you either have or lose forever. It is a trainable skill. Small actions, repeated consistently, lead to massive, meaningful improvements in your strength, freedom, and confidence. Whether it's standing on one leg at the kitchen counter while the coffee brews, or clearing a tripping hazard in the hallway, it literally just takes 5 minutes a day to start building that stability back up.
So I'll leave you with this question. What is the one 5-minute action you will take today to secure your independence? The goal isn't just to avoid falling, it's to keep moving through your life with absolute strength and freedom. Just a quick note before we go. This explainer is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult your physician or qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your routine and seek immediate care for any medical emergencies. Thank you so much for joining me. Now go out there and take that first 5-minute step.